Good Sunday morning, folks. Getting ready to do a little church service here on the old Frankenstein truck. We're going to give it a bath today. We're going to wash her down with a light pressure wash, the lightest one I have, just to get the truck wet. Now, I have it jacked up like this, and there's a reason why I haven't started painting it yet, because the dew point on out here is super horrible, even though this thing doesn't feel like it's very wet right now. Yesterday when I came out, it was extremely damp. And that's why I haven't, there we go, there's a section right there that's wet. Look at that. That's why I haven't painted it yet. I'm always checking the dew point, stuff like that. I do have these over here that I can show you really quick when I'm watching the weather and stuff like that. That way I don't have to worry about, you see how much moisture's on this right here? See all that stuff? Forget those ants, but you can see when I wipe, that's how much moisture's on it. And that's why another reason why I'm kind of holding off, but this thing does need a bath, so that's what's going to happen today.
On the show, on the Chad Keegan YouTube channel. Behind us,
go check out the wet look. I don't mind this. Gloss on this would probably be pretty cool, but not cool enough to do it. Had to get up there a few different times. You've seen that probably, my head poking out from where I was at, because I didn't want to climb up there and do anything. You know what I mean? I didn't want to get my shoes all, just in case there was something on my shoes. I wanted to try to stay off the truck. So basically what I do is I'll come up in between here, and I'll use the board, and I'll step on this section, and I'll grab that little thing up there, and usually I could grab a hold of something, and I'll climb in. That's all. I stand on this bar right here. I do the old balancing act. Now you can see a little bit of grime right here that didn't want to come off. There's another piece, and that's why I went over it so many times when I was spraying it, to make sure that I got everything, but obviously I didn't. So I'm gonna grab the blower real quick, and then try to blow some of this water off, and then this thing's gonna be dry in probably a couple hours. The only things that's not might be dry is around the windshields, which I'll blow in there and stuff like that to try to get all that stuff. That way, if I want to continue sanding, I can. Or what I'd like to do is test a couple spots out with this machine gun gray over here, whatever this is. Let me see what this is. Right here, metallic primer, fast drying. This dark steel. I'd like to test out a couple spots just to see what it'll look like where it's sanded. Some of the spots where it's a little bit rougher, I want to see like the detail that this is going to give when paint's over it. That way I know if it's going to orange peel, anything like that, bubble up, how it's going to look. That way I can kind of grasp the reality of what I'm getting ready to step into. Besides, you know what I'm saying, possibly some runs, and we'll see what happens. So paint and primer in one, any surface, any angle, fast drying, rust preventative. So we'll shoot some of this later once this thing's dry, and we'll come back and check it out and see what's up. And then I need to probably shoot that those rivets with some more primer, and anywhere that filler's at. I know I probably should have done that before, but I wanted to get all the dust and stuff off. That way when I do shoot it, and I wasn't shooting this with that hard at all, so that stuff's nice, and yeah, that's not going nowhere. That's nice and cured, because that stuff had been on there for a few days, so it's all good. It's all good as far as I'm concerned, but we'll see. I'll come back with you later once I shoot that stuff, and we'll go from there, I suppose. All right, folks, we're back here. This is what we've got for temperature. We got 88 degrees, feels like 89. We got 8-mile-per-hour wind. We've got humidity of 41%. We got a 61 dew point. Pressure's 32, and the UV index is 9 right now, and we're almost in the direct sun with the truck. I have got a section taped up. I took the liberty already to shake the gun. That way we didn't have to worry about shaking the gun and then have to beat that thing around while, you know, you're on camera and whatnot. All right, let's go out there and shoot a spot. I've already got taped up and everything. I don't know if I said that or not, but I got the cab jacked up again here because I wanted to jack it up. That way, I mean, anything that falls is going to be fine. I've got that one section right there taped, and we're almost in direct sunlight. I don't know if you could see that or not, but when I climb up here and I get up here, you can see the sun is almost directly above me. So I'm just going to shoot this really quick. Anything that falls over here is not a big deal for overspray, because obviously, if you can see, I got a little bit of that primer on there, so that's going to need cleaned up and sexed up, and this all probably get repainted anyway, so ain't no big deal. And I just took the liberty real fast to tape off this and throw some on there. Actually, the wind stopped right now, so let's shoot this real fast and see what happens with this right here. Well, she's shooting up, shooting straight up here. Oh, yeah, that's kind of peeling up there. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do. So we'll come back and see how that looks. I wasn't sure if I got down in that crack all the way or not. I can't tell if it's a reflection from that or not. I don't mind that color. And to be honest with you, yeah, I got a little bit of sparkle. A little bit overspray over here, which should come right off, no big deal. Except for what went up there, because it kind of shot out the top, because I should have cleaned that nozzle, but I didn't. So let's, I'll catch back up with you later. I'm gonna let that dry up a little bit. That wasn't too bad for shooting that, that color. And then I'll peel that off and I'll see how it looks. How it covered, because obviously you can see this is still the textured stuff from when I shot that primer. I haven't sanded or done anything to this right here. I just left it go. I didn't fill any of those spots. So, and I shot right over the stuff on this one to see how that looks, and that really doesn't look too bad, to be honest with you, for being filled right here. I don't mind that at all. So these don't look too bad, even though they were filled. There's a little bit of, you know, there's a little bit of texture to that because it wasn't sanded. But this stuff right here, it actually laid very well for now. I'm gonna let this sit and dry up, and then I will come back and to you a little bit later, and we'll pull that tape off and we'll see how it looks, and we'll feel it. And you know, maybe, I don't know, this is spray can though. This is completely different from that other stuff. So not to mention the amount of coats I'm gonna need. Oh, bonk my head on my balance beam. The amount of coats I'm gonna need to do, I just won't be able to do the whole truck that quick, but it don't look too bad. I mean, yeah. Oh, wow, it's got some shine on it already from down here. If you can see that, where the sun's at, can you see that? I don't know if you can or not, but that's got some shine to it already. Insanity, just insanity. Maybe I'll just spray paint the whole truck. Nah, but for the wind and stuff, it didn't do too bad. Now I do plan on doing a section of this in there. I wouldn't mind doing this cross section in this color right here. So that's why I did that, but I also wanted to shoot on the paint to see what it was like. I could sand that down, it ain't a big deal. It's not really that big of a deal. If I sand that down, I just want to see how the rivets would look and stuff with paint on. Obviously, yes, I'm not going to shoot with this, but I thought about using this in the first place for, you know, those stripes. So we'll see what happens. Let's just let that sit for a couple hours, and I'll come back to you later. Maybe when the sun goes down a little bit and it's not so hot out. You know, we'll see what happens. We'll go from there. Well, it's about 4 hours later after we painted this, and boy, has the weather changed. Not barely see the sun, but it's over there. It's 6 o'clock right now, and let's peel this off, even though the wind has been doing some work, and peeling some of this off. So I don't mind the way this looks. There is one spot right in here that is a little bit rougher, that wasn't sanded all the way down, that you can see from a distance. If you stand back, you can see that stuff, that it is not as shiny as some of the other section of this, but that is what it is. Because so I know that if I do paint the truck, the spots that are lower, if you will, are not going to be quite as shiny as the other stuff that is completely smooth. So that's something that I'll have to go through and do, because there's, you know, especially on the back here, there's a few low spots and stuff that I would need to go back and do. That way I don't have, you know, too many dull spots, because what it's going to do is it's going to be shiny, dull, shiny, dull. But what I plan on doing for those lower spots is, I mean, I'll sand them smooth. That way they're not dull or anything, and I don't have to worry about that off at least. So this fell on the ground. And then most of this tape should come off okay, because I do have some spots that are under the other ones, so they should just pull off. Let's just do this real quick. No, almost. Almost. A couple more spots here to get. And then, sorry about that. I had you pointed down there. Get off of there. Other than that, this stuff doesn't look bad. It didn't look bad in the sun. I could tell in the sun that this one spot right here wasn't sanded down all the way, or there was a little bit of lumps maybe, but this right here doesn't look too bad at all. The rest of this stuff isn't bad. I came out probably maybe 25-30 minutes after I'd painted it, and I would touch it, then I'd wait 45 minutes and I'd come out and I'd touch it, and then I knew that I was gonna wait, like, you know, 4 hours before I pulled it off and checked it out. But I don't mind the way this looks. I mean, you can completely tell the difference between this right here, you know, and that right there. And this stuff is like, you can hear that. It's completely smooth, so I don't mind that at all. I don't mind the way that turned out right there around the rivet. I can live with that. You know, I couldn't live with like this kind of stuff. That's how it looks without the stuff in there. That's how it looks with the filler in it. So I can live with that. There's a little bit of indent there, but nothing too major. You know, you really got to be up close and personal to see that anyways. Like, I don't know if you can see the stuff in here or not, but there is. I can see it. It's a little bit rougher, so when I'm back and I'm looking at it, this just looks like it's dull and the rest of this is shiny. So that's something I'll need to go around and take care of, and that's why I wanted to paint this little section, so I could see for myself how this is going to turn out in the shape that it is right now. Like, I don't mind this little bit of texture right here. It's kind of cool, but I'll probably end up trying to sand most of it down, at least just to smooth it out a little bit, and then I won't be so concerned about, like, the rivets. I don't mind if they're a little lumpy, because that's kind of cool. I kind of like the way the rivets look like that. That one feels really nice and good and smooth, so I'm satisfied with that and the way it looks. But yeah, that's what it is. Let's get you in there super close so you can see. There's no orange peel on this whatsoever, being that it was painted in the sun and stuff. It actually turned out extremely smooth. If there is any orange peel or anything like that or roughness, it's just in this one section right here. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably sand all this out, but I just wanted to see what it would look like. So now at least I know what how it's gonna lay. Well, that's, you know, that is not what I'm gonna be putting on it, but that is that's some spray paint, so that's completely different. But hopefully I can get it to look something like that when I do it, because I don't want it to look too bad, and I don't think that looks too bad. So I guess only time will tell what happens when we do it. But yeah, that's what that is right there. So that's what's up. That is what is up. And that stuff was like a mirror, shining like a mirror when I finally seen that, just the reflection of that. So that silver that I got is gonna be super bright, hopefully. So until next time, I guess we'll see what happens when I figure out what the rest of the stuff, I get the rest of the stuff taken care of and I actually get ready to paint it. Yeah, I'll still go around and I'll shoot that if I do a primer, surfacer, I can't remember what they call it, but if I do that with the primer to where it'll stick to the paint right before I paint it, everything should be good to go. So not surfacer, I can't remember what it is. God, I'll have to come back to you, or somebody else can comment and tell me what it is. Oh man, good Tuesday morning. Didn't shoot anything yesterday because I really didn't do anything. Getting ready leaving the blue chalk, had to get everything around basically. So I left the Frankenstein alone. Threw a new tube in the bicycle tire because it was empty, and threw the bike up on the back because I'm getting ready to go to Connecticut. Picking up a load over in Cleveland area, North Ridgeville, Ohio-ish. And then I'm going over to East Hartford, Connecticut. So I didn't do nothing to the blue truck. I figured, I seen this load on Friday, emailed the lady, she emailed me back, said she had vans and flatbeds, so I was curious about what it was, so I called her yesterday morning, talked to her. It's the world's largest bounce house. We all know that Chad's pulled that more than once, so I told her that too, and she was like, cool. So I knew what I was getting into. I just told her, give me the flatbed with generators, that way I can get the best fuel mileage, because it's paying really good. Even from leaving the house, going all the way over to where I'm going, it's still paying well. So getting ready to fill up my log real quick and then run down the road, grab a splash over in the point, and head over to where I need to be. I don't need to be there until 10, so I'll probably be there about 10, 15 minutes early, which is fine. Grab that load. It's a 45 or 48 foot trailer with some generators on it, so once I get over there I'll bring you back. But yeah, if not, that's what's going on with the Frank. So hopefully I'll be able to find something over there and get back, and be able to scratch on it this weekend, if you know what I mean. So hopefully you've enjoyed all that stuff so far. Like, share, comment, subscribe, say what you want to. You know, we really don't care. We're going to do what we want to anyways, because it's our junk and it's our channel. So until then, you know what we say, we will see ya.
Uh-huh.